the legendary Lights of Broadway.
From the pit to the back wall, it's like 130 people to make the show each day.
Making their way to Salt Lake City. To a brand new theater.
There is nothing like live theater. There's just nothing like it.
Unlike anything else.
It's a show about real people with real people.
We never thought it was possible, but here it is coming true.
Bring Broadway to your neighborhood.
We can have our cake and eat it too.
Good evening from Abravanel Hall, where tonight, and only on KSL, we are bringing Broadway to Utah. In a few months' time, Salt Lake will have a new theater, the Eccles Theater. And from our Chopper 5, you can see the beautiful building taking shape on First South and Main. It's a venue big enough and grand enough to house some of the best Broadway has to offer. And tonight, we're debuting the list of shows starting this fall. So let's begin with the first show that will debut in the new Eccles Theater. Beautiful, the Carole King musical. It is an inspiring, true story of her rise to stardom.
I love when someone doesn't know that they have something great inside them, and it takes a little of life to get it out of them.
'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel.
Carole King wrote and produced a string of classic hits, songs from the Righteous Brothers, Aretha Franklin, the Monkees, and many more. Beautiful, the Carole King musical will be the first to debut in the new Eccles Theater. But before opening night, you should know that the theater is progressing. Photographer Alan Neves and I had an opportunity last week to take a hard hat tour. This is it. Enter stage left.
That's right.
The architects want theatergoers to feel surrounded by Utah's natural beauty.
Oh yeah. So they made all of the walls in the theater curved, and they have these striations of different colored sort of sandstone that you can see along the walls. And that will make you feel like you're in a Utah canyon. And they finished it off with a ceiling of stars.
And this is what our guest artists will see from that stage. The 3 tiers of seats, 2,500 of them, and that stunning starlight ceiling. The architects and designers hope it will be magical. Stepping closer to the edge of the stage, we look into the orchestra pit that can be used 3 ways. Full orchestra, partial orchestra.
If you don't need any orchestra pit at all, like in a rock concert, then the flooring of the hall can actually be extended to that edge as well, so we can actually get even more seats in there.
250 to 300 workers are on the job 6 days a week, 10-hour shifts.
It's go time.
Sean shows me the catwalk where stagehands will operate the scenery. The area above the stage is called the Fly Tower because backdrops literally fly up and down as scenes in a production change.
It's all coming together.
As we enter the lobby, Sean explains that all public projects like this theater have budgets for public art.
One of them is by a local artist, Laura Sharp Wilson, and she's doing a patterning in the terrazzo flooring. It'll be a weave pattern that works its way through the building and goes all the way through the halls. It's going to be beautiful.
The second public art installation will be visible from Main Street through the exterior glass windows and doors. Curved, colored glass will decorate the balcony railings. The lobby will be open all day to the public with food and beverage options by Cuisine Unlimited. Dinner before shows, and
we're going to be opening a bistro cafe called Encore down at the south end of this lobby. And so you're going to get people coming off the street, coming in, breakfast and lunch.
And it is going to be quite the view out to the street, whether patrons are inside the lobby or on the 3rd-tier Main Street balcony. Architects studied other historic Salt Lake buildings.
This was a really special place. A few of the older buildings had something like this. They call it a loge. Up on the top level, on the Main Street side of the building, where people can enjoy the outdoors, get a view, be part of the street, and have the street be part of the building.
And in December, it's the show that so many of us search the cable networks for. And this year, the great thing is that we'll be able to see it on stage. I'm speaking specifically of Irving Berlin's White Christmas.
And of all the holiday shows, we are kind of the big granddaddy of them all.
White Christmas will be in Salt Lake just in time for the holidays, debuting at the Eccles Theater on December 6th. Another famous gentleman who does his great show at Christmas is Kurt Bester. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. What a night, man. What a night. This is exciting.
It really is exciting. You have done your Christmas show here for how long?
28 years.
And you are going to the new Eccles?
I am. I stood on the stage today. I took a hard hat tour, stood on that stage like you did, and it kind of took my breath away, even though it's not done. It's a little scary, but I'm very excited.
What's so wonderful about that theater?
Well, you know, in a Bravenel Hall, it's a great hall for the symphony. But for me, it's a long way to that back row, and it really doesn't sound like we have to work really hard. This new theater is custom made for my kind of show. So while we're talking about musicals tonight, there will be a lot of musical acts that will also want to perform over there that couldn't perform here, except to maybe go to the Vivint Center.
Well, we look forward to seeing your new Christmas show in the new theater. Thanks.
All right, I'll be there.
See you soon. Well, this week I also had an opportunity to interview Spence and Lisa Eccles, the major benefactors of the new theater. They, of course, give credit to George and Dolores Dore Eccles. That is the foundation that was created by Spence Eccles' uncle and aunt, specifically to benefit the arts and our community and our state. The Eccles told me that they studied the idea of this new theater for about a year. They're very excited about the location. As they said at the groundbreaking, they are grateful for all of the other donors and the support from the city and the county.
We knew it would be a great cornerstone and centerpiece for downtown, because there are two aspects that are very important: the artistic excellence at that theater and what it offers, and then also the economic development, which will be so important to Regent Street, to Main Street, and to our capital city.
We believe that it's good for business. It's certainly good for kids, and that means it's good for education. And so we've been doing what George and Loli did throughout their lives. This is truly a great public-private partnership.
The new theater will have the names of George and Dolores Eccles on the marquee, but Lisa shared something special with me. The name Eccles that will be on the front of the new theater in script is specifically the way her father Spence writes his name. Now, I can't imagine a better way to introduce this new theater, a more magical place, than to watch a beloved fairy tale unfold. Families will love this clever retelling of Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella. Yes, there's a wicked mother, and there are wicked stepsisters. She does, of course, meet her prince at the ball, but expect the unexpected when it opens in May of 2017. We have much more coming up on our KSL special Broadway in Utah. Cinderella and White Christmas are not the only shows, family-friendly shows coming our way. This is a favorite around the world and in Utah. Tonight we get a backstage tour of The Lion King. Plus, it's a show that can be summed up in one phrase: nobody puts baby in a corner.